Hi there, it's me, Naomi, and I wanted to make this short little video on how to make snowflakes, tiny, tiny snowflakes. And you can make these large types or the smaller ones, but it takes a little bit of effort. The little ones, I tried making them because the bigger ones, and I'll show you the bigger one. The bigger one actually, I didn't really like it. This was my first attempt to do one in years since I was a little girl. The more detailed ones seem like more fun, more fun. But how you really start to make these snowflakes is you take a sheet of paper, a regular size sheet of paper, and what you do is for the large one, you would take the sheet of paper and you take one corner of the paper and you would put it along the edge until you can actually line up the tip of the paper here. And it takes a little bit of time and effort. Normally I would do this on a table, but you can't really see it. Maybe take a moment, I'll just do that right now. And I'll let you see what it looks like. So I'm lining it up quite seriously, as you can see with my eyes. I'm lining it up, and once you line it up, you would take your fingers down, all the way down, like this. So you have this piece of paper folded into a triangle shape at the top, and then a rectangular shape at the bottom. So what you do is you would take your scissors and cut off the bottom piece. And this is where I make the small ones. I take the bottom piece and make small ones. I'll show you what I do with that after. So here we go. I'm going to take my scissors and cut, and cut. And I like to hum sometimes when I do this. La, 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 yes, it's fun. I just, whenever I do artwork or something like that, I would like to hum. Well, the other thing is, if you're going to use a big piece of paper to make a snowflake, or if you want to actually do something else with it, I like to make paper folded fortunes, and I can show you how to do that after. But I'm going to make first the snowflake. In order to do this, you can fold it again. You taking the tip at the top. See the fold paper here? There's fold. You take the top piece, and then you would fold two corners together, like so. And we try to make it as even as possible, because then when you're cutting out the shapes, it would be mirrored imaged. So let's see. Normally, again, you would do this on a table, hard surface. So I'm doing this up in the air. I hope you can see it properly. If you're working with small children, you may not want to fold it smaller than this, because the paper, it's hard to cut if there's too many layers of paper. So let's start off with just basic double triangle shape. So I love to do this. You take a pair of scissors. Make sure, if you're working with small children and you have the little children's scissors, there may be some difficulty, but just encourage them to try and see what happens. So you can just do whatever. Sometimes you make little shapes, you kind of do little things like that, shapes like that, and I'll get closer so you can see. So you can do little triangle shapes like this, and I like to, sometimes I pull off the piece of paper like that, like so, and you can do different shapes. It's only the basic thing to start. You just kind of let the scissors take over, allow the things to happen. The reason why I like to fold it smaller is because you can't always get in the center here. So if you fold it in an awkward shape, just whatever shape you want, you just fold it and then make a cut. But make sure that you're not cutting all the way through, if you can see what I mean. So we're cutting through making shapes, going like so, see what happens. So we got a shape there. I'm going to try another shape here. And I'm not, there's no particular design that I started. I'm just making something. So you can open it up. You can start to open up, and you already got a few shapes. I don't know if you can see that. There's a few shapes going on there. But the more shapes you make, it gives it more character. So let's see what else we could do. I'm going to just go quickly through this and make a few shapes for you, for me. And let's see what happens. It takes some time, but you know, you can create with your friends. You can do this on your own. You can do this with your kids. It's fabulous. It's just something to do. Yes, you're making tiny little pieces of paper that need to go into the garbage. Make sure you clean up. It's good for the environment to recycle. So remember that. The other thing is, when you're doing arts and crafts, you can also use special paper. It could be colored paper, blue, green. And yes, you may not see blue or green snowflakes, but you do know it's your creation. And if it's your creation, and you're going to put it on your wall, you're going to give it to a friend, it doesn't matter what color it is. You can even put colors on it. You can even do whatever you want to do. So I'm going to actually stop. This is a very basic one. I'm going to open this one out and show you how it looks. So here is just a very basic snowflake. Now if you wanted to make a smaller type, something much smaller, and I'll show you. Remember that piece of paper that I left? Here we go, that's a piece of paper. And all you have to do is make another, just take one of the corners until it lines up. You can make about 3 out of this piece of paper. And there's one extra little thing, and I haven't made them any smaller. So again, you try to line up pieces there, like so. Make sure that the tip is correct. And here we go. So making the tip all nice and pretty. If it doesn't line up exactly, that's okay. Paper folding is not much of a big deal. So again, you take your scissors, and cut along that line. And it's okay if you go over a little bit. Sometimes when you're excited, you do that. But the thing is, because this piece of paper is much smaller, as you can see, compared to what we had here, you have to fold it one more time. Now, for kids, this might be harder for them, for much smaller children. I would recommend for children probably under the age of 8, you would want to use this size. But for children maybe from 8 to, I'll say, goodness, till 99. You're 99 and you're still a child. So here we go. And you may want to use the smaller scissors, but this is the only thing that I have at this time. And again, you just kind of do the little shapes. Make shapes. The neatest thing is if you wanted to fold them in different spots, you can just do that. But I don't know if you can see, it's already, the layers are getting pretty tight. So the layers here, it's really, there's how many? 8 pieces of layers of paper. So if you're going to do that, you have to realize see, it's already kind of hard to go through. I squeeze my face to do it. I don't know what it is about doing that. It's like going, it's just what happens. Now, I'm talking a whole lot, and normally I would do this either with humming or just doing something that makes me feel better. Some of the shapes are starting to come out. Another shape that we want to do. I haven't figured out how to make the circles yet, because the circles they don't seem like circles. So let's see if I can attempt that right now. I don't know if that worked. It's not a circle yet, as you can see. You can see, almost see me through it. Hi! There's my eye. Hello. Oops. There we go. But anyways, they can turn into something like this. I'm going to fold this piece of paper back up so you can see how it works. So it turned into, let's see, it turned into this. into this, and it took a lot of effort to cut out the pieces. I did have a little problem with this one, but it took some time. Again, and if you have it this tiny and you're opening them up, you want to be quite gentle because you don't want to rip it, but if it does, it's okay. It's your piece of artwork. It's however you want it to be. So there we go. So that's exactly how I make snowflakes. I think I'll make a different video with the paper folding for the fortunes where you would do this funny thing. You put 4 words on the outside and you list them off. You spell them out. On the inside, there's other words that you would use, and you would manipulate the paper in order to get to a clue or a fortune or a special message that says peace starts with a smile. So hope you are smiling now and enjoyed how you make the snowflakes. And again, you can make them in any way. It's your creation. It's however you feel. Well, thank you very much, and I hope this is very informative for you. Enjoy.